Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with strawberry ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. The CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's pure delight.
Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Iceman Jeff Trunapole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. And as always, I'm coming to you live from the Ice Cave. And the Ice Cave is brought to you by Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you guys have grass you don't want to mow, maybe you have multiple properties you don't want to mow, maybe you have a flower bed that you want to get mulched, or maybe put some landscape rock in, or some shrubbery, or anything, lawn and landscaping, think Priority Lawn and Landscaping. Don't just think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook, and I recommend following them on Facebook so you can see videos and pictures of the jobs they've done. So when you message them or call Johnny, tell them you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. Let's see here. Let me get to this real quick. Coming up, I got an email from the Celebrity Softball Classic today, so I'm all set to go out there and play some softball. Hopefully, I won't do what Sean Casey did this past weekend in the Bananas game. He not only pulled his hamstring, tore it off the bone so, from running to first base. So that kind of scares me a little bit. I'm hoping to not injure myself. But if you guys would like to come and watch me, hopefully not make a fool out of myself, come to the Celebrity Softball Classic July 17th at the Florence Yalls Stadium. You can get tickets at the Celebrity Softball Classic. What is up to everybody in the chat? Let's see who is in there first. We got Strangers in there first. Brad's in there. Paul Payne's in there. Bengal Rick. Hey, what? You've been saying it all spring. Trey's buying a house. Hey, I'm done. I'm with you. He said it'd be done by July 4th. All right, Bengal Rick. I hope you're right. Like I said, I have not believed you. So I believe I've always believed it's going to happen. I'm just hoping it would happen before training camp. So with that being said, I would go to Bengals Captain right now, but he joined the show a little early and he was in this truck and the link was not working. So I'm not sure what time Cap's going to join us, if he's going to try to join us from his truck or if he was heading back home to get on the studio or get to his studio and join the show, but we'll see. But the story of the weekend, other than the Reds actually beating the Detroit Lions 2 out of 3 times, which is great. First place team. I like it. That the Bengals have re-engaged conversations with Trey Hendrickson, which is good. Oh, Joe, you saw Joe said for the podcast listeners, hey, I saw your golf video. Stay with it. It'll get better. Yeah, we'll see. I gotta practice more, but I appreciate it. That was my daughter is finally got into golf, and I played not much, but I did play when I was younger. And then my kids got older and they got into their sports and I didn't have time to play. So and most of my friends don't play anymore. So the friends that did play, the guy I played with most of the time, he moved away. So anyway, so yeah, thanks for the encouragement. I will continue to try to get better. But back to Trey Hendrickson. Stranger here says, what do you got here? He said, I'm sure as I can be that Trey ends up playing. You're sure he's going to play? I think that's what you mean there. Like I said, like up until last week, I thought this was going to get done. Last week, where they weren't talking to him or anything, I was kind of, well, this might be more like Jesse Bates, where Bates missed all training camp except for the last week and then came in to training camp and played. And he played good. I mean, we took that all the way to the AFC Championship game. It's encouraging to me. And people come back to me and have said, I've said this, they got plenty of money, which they do. They have plenty of money. And I've thought about this more that I've talked to different Bengals beat writers and people who are, more engaged, more in the know than I am. I don't think it's the money. I mean, I just 28 is the number I keep hearing. That's if it's right or not, I don't know. But at 28 million is the number that I keep hearing that either the Bengals offered or Trey wants. And so I'm like 28, 30 million, somewhere around there is where I think they're going to be. I honestly think it is the length of what the Bengals want to offer compared to what Trey wants. Trey wants a security, a longer-term contract. Who knows? Maybe the Bengals are only doing a one-year contract. I mean, because in the Bengals' defense, Trey gave in last time and signed, was it a one-year contract extension? I think it was 1 year. So he's done it before. This time he's really digging his heels in because, reality is he's getting older. This could be the last big contract he gets, depending on how his season goes. So I'm encouraged, and I like it that they're back talking to him. I wish they'd just quit. Like somebody said in the comments, ghosted him because they just don't talk to him. And I went back to this with Jesse James, who's an NFL agent, which I'm trying to get him on the show sometime this week. Or his point was that the Bengals basically only have two negotiators, and it's Troy and Katie, and Troy's working on other stuff. He's working on the stadium deals. Katie's the one negotiating all the contracts, and she just doesn't have time or thinks they're too far away right now. Just put it on the back burner and work on other people. I don't know. Honestly, I'm just spitballing here why they don't talk to him. This goes back to, like we said, scouting department would be nice to have more scouts, and it might be nice if they had more people in the front office to help with this stuff. So yes, the not talking to him, I think, is the most irritating part for Trey. So, which that's irritating for Bengals fans too. Okay, Cap said he'll join when he gets home, so he's driving home. So that's where, to me, this is where Trey and the Bengals get, or the Trey and other players who have negotiated contracts with Bengals get irritated because the Bengals should just stop talking to them. It's kind of hard to have a negotiation when one side won't talk to the other one. So, but like I said, it's good news that they are starting to talk again. We'll see what happens. Let's go to Chris here. Katie had Zach text Trey right after Sherman's little press conference. I don't know that. He texted him. Zach texted Trey before the minicamp even started, before the rookie minicamp started. I don't know about him texting him after that. If you know more information about that, you got a source on that? Because I have not heard that. Paul, well, if he's worth the investment, then he'll get it done. He's worth the investment, and that's the thing. It's like he's worth it for this year and possibly next year. You just don't know what happens the years after that, and that's where the Bengals fall into that, where they don't want to pay, $30 million to a guy who's declining. Which, I mean, I've said this, and other people have said this multiple times on my podcast, you can front load the contract. I mean, you pay him all, most of the money in the first and second year, and the third year could be next to nothing. Which I mean, it could be like $5 million. Which I mean, that's not next to nothing for me. But as an NFL contract goes, that's next to nothing. And the Bengals could cut him, and it would be a low hit on their salary cap. So there's ways to structure this contract so Trey would get most of his money. I don't know if he'll get all. It depends on how Trey plays, in the next couple years. I mean, and I hope he is like Andrew Whitworth and he keeps playing at a solid Pro Bowl level for the next couple years, and it's fine. But there's no way to predict that, and that's what the Bengals don't want to do. But again, they have so much money on their salary cap, would it hurt them that much? But then you have to look at it this way: they have other guys coming up here in the next couple years that are going to be coming up for contracts. Cam Taylor-Britt is one for sure that I think he's going to ball out this year, and that's going to make his price go up. So that goes to, are they going to extend Cam Taylor-Britt? They're going to send some of these other guys. I mean, that's what you have to think about and what the Bengals are thinking about. But as far as the money goes, they have plenty of money to sign Trey. They have plenty of money. Let's see here. Oh, let me key. Natty Round, what's up? Bengal Rick. He's playing worried about Stewart. Who? Trey is? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Focus on Trey, bump Stewart. Stewart's going to get done. And I said this. His money's not going to change. He's slotted the same amount of money. It's a freaking guarantee. It's something that other teams have done. It's something the Bengals have never done. Why they want to, quote unquote, die on this hill for this versus Stewart, I don't know. But they're trying to avoid the guarantees. Basically, if he does something, gets injured or says something in fault of his contract, that they can defer or make the guarantees not guaranteed, which it goes from year to year is the way it is now. And the way I understand it, the Bengals are trying to make any guarantees he has in there, if he gets injured or does something that is against his contract, they can avoid all the guarantees. That's the part that Stewart and his agent are trying to fight. It's Stewart's going to get done. And this whole thing, I don't know who brought this up last week about Stewart going back to the draft, is absolutely dumb. I mean, James Pete said it on his podcast. It's absolutely dumb. There's no freaking reason why Stewart, or he would cost himself millions. You have a guarantee. Look, he has a guarantee money. He's damn near guaranteed $17-18 million, however much money it is for his slotted for his drafting. He's going to get that. He's not going to go back in the draft and get redrafted because he's not going to be a first round pick because he hasn't played football in a year, and he's a malcontent because he wouldn't sign his contract. Other NFL teams might not want to deal with that. I'm just telling you that's what it's going to be perceived as, whether it's true or not. So he's not going to go back in the NFL draft. Everybody just forget that narrative even exists. Let's see here. Natty, I honestly don't know about Stewart anymore. I don't care. Just get Trey back at all costs. The thing, I understand what you're saying, Natty, but they drafted Stewart for a reason. They need him to make an impact this year. I mean, if you come out with a defensive line with Stewart and Joseph Osai and Trey Hendrickson, that's looks pretty damn good because Stewart, like I said multiple times, can play multiple positions, and then you have Myles Murphy. It's a good thing to have Stewart. So I don't want to just forget Stewart. You're gonna get Stewart. So all right, he has made it home, and his screen isn't on. Hopefully it'll click on when I click on him. But he is the Bengals co-fan of the year and one of my boys. He's none other than Bengals Captain. Cap, are you there, or are you are just spinning? Is what Cap is doing. Cap is spinning. I don't know why. I guess he's having a hard time with StreamYard today. So let's just put Cap in the background, and hopefully he can get that figured out. We'll see here. Okay. Let me go back to your questions here. Let's see here. Where did I end off at? You guys are blowing it up. I love it. Hey, there. Focus on Trey. Okay. Bengal Rick Stewart has some secrets we don't want to know about. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like I don't think this has anything to do with secrets. It's pretty well known what he's upset about. So I'm not sure what you mean there. Natty, honestly, I don't care. Yeah, you just said that one. I read that one. Okay. The Big Ben for you said, "What's up, Strawberry?" It's Freeman just showing some love. Have a great podcast. Hey, thanks, Freeman. What's up, brother? Big Rick Trey will be there at training camp. I hope so. Yep. Natty Rock, get the likes up. I agree with that. Big Rick Miles Murphy is a bust. I heard they're giving up. Yeah, I don't think they're giving up. Like he's a first round pick. But we'll see. Like I said, all we've seen is minicamp. I mean, they're in shorts and t-shirts. There's only so much you can do and see. Like, I mean, people want to know how this guy look at minicamp. How this guy look at minicamp. It's minicamp. I mean, they're like literally. I'm at the bridge looking at the defensive guys. They're going against air. Like literally, they're slow walking. Their positions and work on their swim moves and stuff like that. I'm like, that's what they're doing. I mean, Miles Murphy was getting airtime. He was out there. So I can't say yay or nay that they will or they won't give up on Miles Murphy. I don't think they're going to give up on him because he's still their first round pick. Natty, I don't think the Bengals have changed the language. Somebody's going to have to give something up. I mean, I don't know at this point. I don't know what's in their heads because I don't know why it's such a big deal to do this year, and there's part of me that I'm kind of like, I'm hoping that they realize that. I don't think Stewart's going to give it up. I think he seems pretty irritated by the whole thing. I don't know what the Bengals think because they haven't talked about it, which they never talk about it. So we'll see. I mean, somebody's going to give in. Somebody's going to give something up. Hopefully they can meet him halfway. Let's see here. Chris, I was just thinking that she would have been pissed after Shamar Stewart's locker room press conference and probably started to think Trey is worth more money. Maybe, but I mean, she should have thought that already, to be honest. I mean, back-to-back 17.5 sacks is pretty hard to replace. And a rookie who had 4 sacks in college isn't necessarily the guy to, okay, we're going to let Trey go and we have Stewart. I mean, I hope it works. I don't know. I mean, I like what I see from Stewart. I don't know if he's going to come out here and get 17.5 sacks. So, yeah, I don't think that's what they planned on. I think they planned on signing Trey. Again, my opinion in all of this is, again, the Bengals waited too long to negotiate with Trey, and the DM market blew up. You got guys getting $40 million. I don't think the Bengals were planning on coming anywhere close to $40 million. But these guys who are making $40 million, Trey's got more sacks than they did the last 2 years. That's Trey's point. I don't think Trey's asking for 40. I think he's more like 30, 35. I think the Bengals are like 28, maybe high end, maybe 30 is what I think. So, yeah. Let's see here. Who we got? This stranger. Stewart plays too. I think they both play. I do. I think they both play. It's the only option that he has a chance to work out financially for him. Yeah, I think Stewart's going to play. I do. I don't think he's going to sit out. I don't know any of that. I don't think any of that stuff's going to happen. It's just, and the thing is, like, Stewart is just hurting himself by not practicing. I mean, he is. So it's going to get worked out. I just don't know. I wish it would get worked out easier, faster, less controversial would be nice. Let's see here. Wang, what's up? Zach had a talk with SS about speaking to the press negatively about the people who sign your checks. Well, he should. Honestly, I mean, it was a bold statement. I will say that for Stewart, who is, coming out and saying they want to win the argument more, they want to win games, which I don't think he's wrong on that. I think we all agree with that they are more on winning, and I've said this, winning contracts than winning a Lombardi. But yes, I don't think Shamar should be saying that. Let me try to send Capital a link here and see because sometimes the links, I don't know, sometimes it's weird. Sometimes they don't want to work. And I'll just send him another one here to see if I can get him on the show. I know he has some opinions on this. Okay, send that to him. See if that one will work. I know he tried to get on and it didn't want to work. Augie, you're late. What's up? Basically, Augie says, I think we'll work things out with Stewart by training camp. Hopefully it's before training camp so he doesn't miss any days of training. Yeah, I mean, to me, it would be not career. I don't want to say career suicide, but it would be just dumb. Okay, last time that we had a first round pick holdout, it was it wasn't Levi Jones. It was Andrew Jeezel, the right guard for us from Alabama. I know you guys know who I'm talking about. I cannot remember his name. One of you guys put his name in the chat. That was last time we had a first round pick miss training camp and stuff, and he came in, I guess, out of shape and broke his foot. So, and he was pretty much done for the first year. Now he turned out Andre Smith. That's it, Andre Smith. He turned out to be an all right tackle for us. But you got Shamar Stewart, who needs to come in here and make an impact, and he wants to. You could tell by his interviews after he got drafted that he wants to get in here and prove people wrong about what they're saying about him. The best way to do that is get into camp. So I don't think he's going to miss. If he misses training camp, I'd be surprised. That would just be stupid. Like, it would make I understand. Yeah, I understand. Thanks, Augie. I understand what he's saying, but sometimes you got to just go, all right, well, I need to play because you're in the NFL and they always call it not for long. If you start behind the eight ball, that isn't good for your career when it's something that people said you're not that good at and you need to prove upon it anyway. Chris here. Shamar is getting terrible advice from his coach/dad and agent. He should be practicing. Well, the thing is, though, that's the only leverage he has. And they are pretty big. I'm not saying it's good or bad advice. It is something the Bengals have never done before, and that's irritating to them. But if it goes into training camp, yes, I think it'll be bad advice to not practice, to not get in here and play. Now, I don't know if I'm not sure. I assume he could practice at training camp if he's not under contract, but I'm not sure. And that's the thing comes down to, too, is he wants the security of if he gets injured, he still gets his money. That's the whole thing. And it's easy for us to sit here and say, just go play football. It's easy for us. It's not our money. It's not our life. It's not our body. I mean, I don't think Shamar has been injury prone by any means, but you never know what's going to happen. So I understand. Like I said, I understand more what Shamar is saying than the Bengals. I don't get why the Bengals are making it such a big deal to get this done with this year. Why this year? Why this guy? And if he's fighting it this much, and that's it's like everybody's so stubborn. Like, somebody's got to give in. So we'll see. Let's see here. Augie says, I was fired up when he got drafted. Yeah. I can't tell that he wants to. Practice, play? What do you mean? BJ, when is Trey coming back to the Bengals? Hopefully by training camp. I don't know. Other than that, I hope so. Augie, if we sign Trey, the organization will have a ton of leverage. For Stewart, I still don't know if they have a ton of leverage because they drafted Stewart for a reason. They drafted him because they need him. So that was with Trey Hendrickson already on the roster. So I don't really know if they signed Trey, if that gives them any more, if that's what you're talking about, Augie, if that gives them any more leverage on Stewart. I mean, I guess it does. I mean, what gives them more leverage is if Joseph Osai is really standing out like it sounds like he is, or Miles Murphy is starts standing out. That will give them more leverage because right now if Trey plays and Stewart does it, it's basically the same defense we had last year. Which I mean, I think Dustin said this, and I think it's a great point that defense coordinators can make a big impact. Good defensive coordinators can make a big impact in changing things because Vic Fangio with Denver basically had the same defense, and they were head and shoulders better than they were the year before Fangio got there. So, well, Cap, I see you in the background again, but your camera's not on. It's just a white screen. I don't know what is going on. Let's see here. Brad, does Stewart have a history of injuries? Not that I know of. I haven't seen anything. Oh, there he is. Hey, I know you.
It's been absolutely nuts. StreamYard did not want to work with Verizon at all.
I could tell.
Because I was listening. Wow, that's too zoomed out. Like y'all can see my mess. What the?
Yeah, I know. Like, this is a different angle for you.
Yeah, usually I do this.
Oh yeah,
that's way too. Actually, that's not bad.
That's perfect. That's perfect. There you go.
I wouldn't say perfect. It's too much of this.
Holy
cow!
What's up, buddy?
Dude, I've been running all day long, and I figured, oh yeah, I've been on StreamYard on my phone before. No big deal.
You've done it before on your phone, yeah. I know you've done the show. It's been on your phone before.
StreamYard kept telling me that, oh, I'm sorry, we're having trouble connecting you. I'm like, what do you mean you have?
Like that's why I sent you another link. Like sometimes I don't know what it is. I'll send a person a link, and that won't work, and then I'll send them another one that's the same freaking link, but that works. So I have no idea. Anyway, I'm glad you made it to the show.
Woo! What are we talking about?
Well, we are talking Trey Hendrickson and Shamar Stewart. Trey Hendrickson, the Bengals have re-engaged contract talk with him.
So happy about that.
Me too. And people are saying, we need to get Shamar Stewart signed as well, which I agree. And some people are saying that they signed Trey, that gives them leverage against Stewart, which I don't know if that's kind of what I was talking about when you joined. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that because they drafted Shamar Stewart for a reason, and they were planning on having Trey on their team anyway. So signing Trey, I don't think gives them the Bengals any more leverage. You still need to sign Stewart. So
yeah,
I think they're both getting done right now. Today, last week, I thought Trey might miss training camp. Right now, I think they're both getting signed before training camp, but we'll see.
I think so too. Sorry, I gotta try to nothing is working right now. What in the hell?
Cap is having a day. Having a day.
When did Mims sign last year? Anybody know?
He was at everything. He was at minicamp and everything.
He was at everything, but when did he sign?
That I don't remember. It wasn't a big deal.
July.
It was in July?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
There we go. Got my front lights on. Make me look a little more tan.
He's so pretty. So all right. So you know that you know that for a fact. That's when Mims signed was July.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
If anybody in chat knows specifically, but I'm pretty sure. So he was willing to play with the injury waiver, and Shamar. Oh shit! Almost August. Thank you, stranger.
Yep.
That definitely proves my point.
Yeah. So
Shamar should absolutely be practicing because he's got the same injury waiver. But you know what? He I don't know what he meant. As long as he was head first in the playbook, I don't know that he missed a ton. I'm not real mad at that.
Like I was telling them, I was watching from the bridge, and the defense was right below me, and they're practicing against air. I mean, they're hiking the ball and they're doing their swim moves and I'm like, yeah, he's missing stuff, but the bigger thing to me is if he missed training camp, that's going to hurt more because that'll be have pads on. You'll get the hit and actually get to play football more and learn more. So the mini camp doesn't worry me as much. Training camp's the one that worries me. Now,
Yeah,
when
he's got to be a training camp.
Mhm.
Trey has got to be a training camp.
Yeah, when not Trey, that's see, I'm the opposite. Trey, look, last week until I read this weekend that they're doing talks with him again. Honestly, last week I was like, I think Trey might miss training camp and come in, and that doesn't really bother me because it's Trey Hendrickson. I mean, it's just like Jesse Bates wouldn't miss all training camp, and he came in his last year and he was fine. So that one doesn't bother me as much as Shamar Stewart. Shamar needs to get in here and learn, learn and improve. That's the thing. Trey doesn't need to improve; he just needs to maintain.
Although the new D-line coach apparently what he's pushing is very physically technical.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Asai say that? Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's very, very specific. He'll get on you if you don't do one thing correctly,
Right.
which Darren Simmons is like that with
Yes, he
special
does.
teams. And I get completely different position group, but everybody loves Darren Simmons and talks about Darren Simmons. So I'm not against that as long as you also, if you're going to be that picky, then you have to also have the ability to teach something in multiple ways so that it fits with whoever, because everybody learns differently.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to be that specific, you've got to back it up with also great teaching skills.
Exactly. I mean, yes, missing stuff, it does hurt, but like I said, it's different for me. It's still different for Trey and Stewart.
Yeah.
They're one of the
Yeah.
veterans.
Shamar is going to need more help.
Yeah.
Regardless of how easy or difficult a new D-line coach is,
Mhm.
Shamar is the one that is going to need more help. And the more I hear about it, and I'm always tentative because I'm like, all right, is it really either close enough or identical language? Is it really blah, blah, blah? Could the Bengals maybe compromise a little bit for this one and then go full bore next year? Like, I don't know, but
somebody's got to give something up. I mean,
it does sound like Shamar's agent sucks. And now I am very much against agents, as everybody could tell. I want the player to be successful. I want the player to get what they deserve.
Right.
I also want the team to be able to navigate the crazy ass contracts that we're getting into. And it's not easy. People say, well, Cleveland does it. Well, Cleveland doesn't win shit either.
Well, I understand. Like you said, I understand more of what Mims is saying Stewart's saying, because they're trying to void all of his any guarantee he has. They're trying to avoid if he gets injured or does whatever, something else. They're trying to avoid that, which I think in the original deals, it's only voided for that year. They're trying to avoid it through the whole contract. So I get that.
I've not heard that.
That's what I mean. I've heard. I've heard a lot of different things. That's what I've heard most. Yeah,
that's what I hate.
Right, we don't exactly know what it is.
If I wake up and I'm thinking that Shamar is going to be the only one that has all his years voided, then I get up and I'm upset with the front office.
Yeah,
and then I'm little thumbs on my little X thumbs, Twitter thumbs, and front office is like, oh God, can we take his fan of the year away? Like, this guy sucks. But then if I wake up and I'm thinking, okay, it's pretty much the same thing as everybody else. I'm like, Shamar, blah, blah, blah. And then Shamar's like, man, I took a picture of that dork. Like he like son of like burn that photo. Like, I can't win. But in the end, like, I feel good about the front office when they think about us fans and how we react, because they know what we don't know. Mm-hmm. They know exactly the context that we are missing when we go off on a tangent. Mm-hmm. I don't think they've ever really held anything other than the people being like nasty and calling names. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're probably going to get on a deny list somewhere. If you ever enter a game of chance with the Bengals, you'll never win. They probably keep a list like that, but they will accept criticism. And man, we gotta do something. Chris says Shamar's received terrible advice. He has to sign the waiver. If he sits out more, he won't be able to build any trust and won't get played when he does get signed. Hey, I'll tell you what. that worries me, but I really do hope Golden, it doesn't matter, because if Shamar comes in, he's a little rusty, a little late, he learns slower, because of the time off. But then once he starts hitting a stride, I hope Golden throws him in. If that were to happen, don't hold it against him. Golden, play whoever is on fire. Please, God.
Hey, let me get the wing comment here. She says, for the record, the Bengals are not holding out in the language, because if a character flaw, they are more concerned about someone hitting Trey out of the field and SS defending him. If SS got suspended for play, like, the Bengals could void all the money for all the years.
All right. So for the record, the Bengals are not holding out in the language, because if there's a character flaw or whatever, they're more concerned about someone. I guess okay. So there are a couple of things I'm like, what am I reading? Like, all right, if Shamar Stewart gets suspended for a play like that, okay, hitting Trey, like, I gotcha.
I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay, so if somebody, somebody plays dirty, hits Trey, Shamar Stewart defends him, and then Shamar Stewart gets suspended for sticking up for him, then the Bengals could void all the money.
Okay, I got you.
If that is as far as it goes, but again, all these people, all these experts, all these media people are saying it's the same language. I don't know what to believe. I know the Bengals are very tough negotiators. I wish it was easier, the whole thing. Like, I don't care. They can be tough negotiators. They can win most of those negotiations. They can keep money for themselves and for other contracts. Like, it could all be a good thing. I just hate the fact that we're talking about it right now. I want to be talking about the Bengals being favorites to bring home the Lombardi.
Right. Now I always say that too. Now, and I brought that up to Trags, and Trags made me feel a little better because he covered the Patriots throughout almost all of their run. And he said, ice, because every year in training camp or off season, the Patriots had some kind of off the field thing. He's like, you have that when you have really good players like this. You have contract negotiation. You have different things like that. So having the talent that the Bengals have you're going to run into this. Now, do the Bengals handle it better or worse than the Patriots do? I have no idea. I'm just saying. So I don't like it either, but we're talking about the NFL leading sack getter. So, I mean, everybody's like, yeah, throw the money. Well, the thing is, like, the Bengals just cost themselves more money. If they would have signed Trey, I don't know, in January, February, before everything went up to $40 million, then there wouldn't be a problem. I mean, Trey might be like, well, damn, I should ask for more money, but it would have already been signed. That's the thing where I wish the Bengals would be more proactive. I mean, that's something that they did with Jamar and T. They're more proactive. It wouldn't cost them as much money.
It's just I get their side of it, because now again with T, I'm going to blame his agent all day long. With Jamar, I don't know how good their offer was, but I feel like it was really good. It just wasn't as good as it was when they finally signed him. But
right.
if they are really like a Grand Canyon sized gap on every beginning negotiation, I am going to say, hey, I love y'all, but could you not do that?
You're talking about Trey? You're talking about Trey, right?
I'm talking with any negotiations for any player.
Yeah. I got you.
Because here's the thing. If anybody that is buying a house, speaking of Trey.
Oh, but Bagel Rick already commented too, says he's gonna be here for training camp. So
good. I'm still gonna believe Bagel Rick.
I'm believing Bagel Rick. Yes.
If you come in way too low on an offer on a house, more often than not, you'll just piss off the people selling the house, and they'll just not talk to you anymore. So I have read stories about people, and like I'm in a forum from the mortgage days, and I'm hearing people talk, and they will lowball, and then the house sits, and then they'll brag about, oh, I checked Zillow and it sold for 10,000 under what I offered.
Mhm.
Like, guess what though? You didn't get it.
Right. Exactly.
Because you, the very first time, lowball, you insulted the seller. You don't want to piss people off. Like, I get it. If somebody's crazy, you're not gonna like, hey, let's sit down, let's talk about it.
Mhm.
This is where we're in the ballpark. Like, maybe don't offer a number. If somebody is absent, like if Trey's asking for 50 million a year, maybe you
Sounds
sit
like
down like, Trey, we can't do that. That's not in the ballpark. Like, think about it, rework the numbers, come back. And then if he's sitting on 50, you can just say, all right, that's like, he would get roasted in public
right.
if that was the case. No, everything we hear, it's a low ball offer. I'm like, okay, maybe we should
Well, I think it's
stop.
more. Well, I don't know if it's a low. Like, see, from what I've heard, it's 28. That's what I've heard. I mean, I don't know if that's considered low because he's not getting 40. I mean, everybody I've talked to,
He's not getting 40, but I feel like
I think
if
it's more of
the
the
number
year
starts with a
thing.
3,
Yeah, I think he wants 30. That's right. I think he wants to be at 30, and I think I've heard it's more of the years of how many years
I
he
heard that too.
wants. That's what
I
I've
heard
heard
that
more
too.
is.
That was actually, I thought, reported for a little while, and then it just dropped off. People
Yeah,
stopped talking about that part.
yeah.
Um,
Let
but
me get the Holmes
yeah,
comment here real quick. And this is a good one here. So, which I kind of said this before too. I don't know if you guys saw Joe Goodberry's piece, but he does a good job of explaining Shamar Stewart's situation.
I
There are
did.
other teams that have same language, but the Bengals are just starting. That's the thing. It's like when this thing first started, everybody's like, "Oh, the Bengals are doing something nobody else has done." No, other teams have done this. The Bengals just have never done it before.
And here's the thing, like, Goodberry works his ass off to get things right, and I don't think Goodberry would have spoken about what he did. He wouldn't have said what he said if he didn't know for sure. I will just say, and I love Goodberry to death. I will say though, I question. Is that, are those the facts though? Because
From
they're
what I
just
know, it is. Yeah,
conflicting
I mean that's
information.
what people say.
If
Yeah, I
he
think
and
about what people
Esther
reporting.
Esther said
Mm-hmm.
that it was not that easy, that it
Mm-hmm.
was because it's voiding all of the years, and supposedly the other teams don't void all the years. If Goodberry specifically said, and I didn't get I caught part of that. He does a great job. If he specifically said that other teams void all the years and Shamar's not willing to sign that, I'm sorry, that's Shamar's camp. That Shamar's camp, it sucks. Like, he's got to hire new representation already. If we're doing a little bit something different now, I know it's new to us.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody agrees on. It's new to us. Are there additional things? What Esther said, I've also heard that it's not just voiding a year, because it could void all of the guarantees. That's different from other teams. But I've heard no confirmation on that. It's like, we've all heard little bits and pieces, but the media narrative now is kind of helping us against Shamar's agent. And I will say specifically, we are against Shamar's agent, because Shamar's not doing anything without the agent in his ear talking. I'm sure
Right.
Shamar would have already been signed in camp, other than the agent is saying, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know the details. So
Right.
if Goodberry's right, then Shamar's agent's a moron. I'll tell that to that man's face. I don't care. If Esther is right, then it's like, Bengals have to compromise some.
Right.
And I just don't know. I'm going to play that vague area. I'm going to play all sides for and against each other, because I'm not going to commit to something because I don't know.
Right.
All I know is the chances, if it's me and I'm not making millions playing a fun ass game, I would just sign it knowing I'm not going to screw up. I'm just like, fine, I don't care. Like, do it. Now, for the record, I have done that in my own job. I have signed things that might not go, or that might go against my self-interest. I have been hired on at lower than deserved salary, and I have called it out in the hiring. I'm like, just so you know, you're getting me at a bargain. I
So
know you know that. I just want you to know that I know that, and that gap is going to come due soon. I'm going to prove it. I'm on a prove it contract, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I got my first review, and it was far exceeds. I'm like, all right, now it's time to pay up. Otherwise, I'm out.
One thing that Jackpot wanted everybody signed. The one on the list that isn't signed is Trey. So you never know. Joe might have to go in there and say, hello, let's get this done.
Hey, if it was only $2 million a year, if it was a $2 million a year gap, I'm paying that all day. And again, it's easy for me to spend somebody else's money, but I see a future.
Listen,
I see a future in Cincinnati that, it's just going to print money. You pay that, you get everything squared away. I got a feeling if it's not years and it's just the $2 million, you go ahead and pay that, and Shamar falls in line. We get everybody in camp, 100%. We roll. We bring a Lombardi home. More money comes flowing in. The city of Cincinnati, suddenly they're like, hey, let's have the draft there.
And we get to have our parade. I want a parade. I haven't had a parade yet. I want a parade. I want to.
So, yeah, money will happen.
And Bengals Captain.
Chris said Tom P came out, NFL Network told the truth. Yeah, Tom P's. It sounds like it's definitely Shamar, his agent, being a turd. BJ Blanton, I hope the Bengals do good this year. Amen. How about good and extremely well? Like, amazingly well.
Where will the parade be, Rick? Realtor Rick. This is not Bengal Rick. This is Realtor Rick's friend. So Bengal Rick, this is Realtor Rick's friend. Wants to know where the parade will be. It'll be downtown somewhere. We'll see. Bengals Captain will be in it. He'll be out there waving with his beard flowing.
We'll make our own floats. We'll all make our own floats and just like follow behind. That would be cool. Like, hey, fans, make your own float.
But look, I'll put you this one. This offseason is, I keep saying, it's not as bad as last year. Last year was we thought T was going to leave. Jamar, I think we're going with Jamar. We thought, I never thought Jamar was going to leave. I thought T was going to. The thing is, I really don't think this is going to last year for Trey. I really do think that they're going to stop. Because I'll bring this back up. And when Joe Burrow went on First Take and Breakfast Ball and all these shows on Radio Row Super Bowl weekend, he said, I want Jamar, T, Mike G, and Trey signed. He's got 3 of them signed. The only one he ain't got signed yet is Trey. So I'm just telling you, Burrow could be, or might have to step up again and say, hey, Mr. Brown, hey, yeah, how you doing? Yeah, remember we signed? Yeah.
The contract is not different than the other teams in general. The contract is different than what Mims and the other rookies signed. Absolutely, the Bengals can change the contract at any time. They just pick the wrong players to start at the new precedents. Okay, so it sounds like everybody is in agreement that it is like all the other teams. So, honestly, Shamar's agent, I'm sorry.
For the podcast listeners, Cap just gave him. He told me his number 1.
Yeah, the new precedents. It's like, you know what? Suck it up.
Yeah.
If I'm Shamar, I'm telling him.
Look, at this point, it's like, dude, I agree with you. If it's more of the agent being an asshole, suck it up. Go sign the damn contract. Go play football, and let's go. You want to go prove that's things. You want to go prove everybody wrong? Well, sitting down ain't proving nothing.
The alternatives are not good.
No.
I'm sorry. Mark Jewett, let's get Trey done, get Shamar signed, even have the money, go get safety and guard all. Hey, absolutely. Shamar, Mulligan only reps just a size since he fired him. Katie found another. Yeah.
That's the only, and that's why I'm so happy
Which
with
is
that
crazy that we got a size sign.
Right. I didn't think we were going to because Mulligetta was his agent.
But here's the thing. Did Mulligetta soften his negotiating a little bit because he's like, I don't want to lose another athlete? Like,
maybe.
I mean, here's what sucks. They play hardball and they stack some wins. That Mulligetta situation is one of them. So who's to say that they didn't look at that as, oh, well, we got a size sign. That was a lot easier than the negotiations with T. We're on the right path. They're being rewarded for being tough. And I mean, hey, if it works, it works.
Exactly.
So I didn't like anything that I heard out of Mulligetta. So that is what it is. Oh yeah.
Maluga.
I said, yeah. We'll see, but this dude may not have. I mean, so Shamar. Okay, what he sits out? He goes back in the draft next year.
He's like,
there's no
way he would do that. That's stupid. He would not.
There are already how many people saying that it might have been a bit of a reach. There are already people talking about his lack of actual sack production. We've discussed it here already.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to take a year off of football.
Yeah, I don't.
And he's not going to be first rounder next year.
No.
So he's going to lose out on a ton of money. The next contract is going to have the same shit in it. He's not going to avoid it.
Right.
So then he's going to sign it.
Yeah.
So he's going to sign it with whatever situation that he falls in. He doesn't know. He could go to a worse place in Cincinnati because I'm telling you, Shamar, Cincinnati's the bomb.
Duh.
Coach Taylor, like the players love the coach. He treats them well. He cares about his players. And yeah, Shamar, as you said, he's going to be on the losing side if he holds out. It's not in his. That's probably why he's definitely going to sign for training camp. He's going to be available for training camp.
I like I said, if they're talking to Trey, they're back to talking to him, and I think they're still talking to Shamar. Well, who knows? I think they're both. As of right now, June 16th, Monday, June 16th, I think they're going to be here by training camp. We'll see what happens. But one thing I want to switch up the conversation a little bit here about the Bengals defense, and I got to give Dustin Croft credit for this because he brought this up, his comment on the show last week. I never really got to discuss it very much. We all keep talking about how this is such a big year for the defense, which it is. And I've said that I think the run defense is already going to be better than last year's because of TJ Slayton. Now, I've said this, too, that they're putting an awful lot of eggs in one basket in Al Golden to improve upon basically the same defense we had last year. But if you have a really good defense coordinator, which I think Al Golden has proven to be a really good one, and a good teacher, it's proven that a coach can make that much of a difference. Like I said, go look at Vic Fangio with Denver. I mean, he basically had the same defense from one year to the next, and he came in and changed it up, and they played a hell of a lot better. So that's what gives me hope, Cap, that this defense can jump back up to the middle of the pack. And that's all we need them to do. I know Natty Ron keeps saying, this defense could be a 3-year process, which, yes, it could be a 3-year process to get to full potential, but it could be a big improvement the first year. So I like what I've seen with Al Golden. I think just a little bit, I saw it there. He's more hands-on, I think, and more explaining to the guys what he wants done and how he wants it done just for a little bit. I saw a training camp or a mini camp and from talking to different people. So that's where I think it's good, a different voice. And sometimes coaches, you just run your course. That's just the way it is. Sometimes you run the course and it's just not working here anymore. And I think that's what happened with Lou. So that's where I think our defense is actually going to be, I'm not saying top 5. We're middle of the pack. If we're middle of the pack defense and Joe Burrow has a season like he did last year, and he's healthy and happy. Look, he's happy. He's healthy. Jamar's happy and healthy. Mike G's happy and healthy. Dude, our offense is going to be freaking off the hook.
Yeah, and you got to think they're going to be better than they were last year. People forget that. Some of the stuff that they did last year, it was the first time they did it.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be better. So everything that they did, and it's not going to be better at what they did. That's going to be true, but it's going to be better at what they did and the new wrinkles. So if you remember at the beginning of the year, Joe Burrow said, what I'm really excited about the offense is how multiple we are. All of the different, and people have been begging for it forever. And I'm telling you, fans don't understand sometimes how long it takes to build up to where you want to be.
Well, you don't have to think about it. They just know where they're supposed to be. And
that
Yadi Trigelis brought this up on he's from local 12. He brought this on the show Friday, where he doesn't, it sounds like a weird statement, but he doesn't want Jamar to get the Triple Crown again this year because he wants the ball going to multiple places, which I think we have a better shot of it happening this year because Mike G's in his second year, because Chase Brown really established himself as the first round pick. Yoshivash has gotten better. Hopefully Burton, from what it sounds like, he's got his head on straight.
Man,
all of those right there, the ball can go anywhere, and Joe doesn't care. If you're open, he'll throw you the ball.
I want Burton to have everything he wants out of life. It just shit happens. People make mistakes. I've been there. It'd be great. He gets his head on straight, and again, I've said before, he's in his 20s. His 20s don't matter. He doesn't think that. Everybody else, if anybody listens to this who are in their 20s, they think I'm full of shit. Your 20s don't matter. Your 30s, if you set your 20s up, your 30s are absolutely insane. And I've talked to some people who have the opportunity to make money in their 30s, and one particular person I remember, I'll never forget him. He's women. He couldn't get his mind out. I'm like, dude, I get it, but look at the type of women you're dating. You're picking them up in clubs. You could be dating supermodels who have many millions more than you in your 30s. You name the perfect woman that you want, you build up to deserve that, because right now, anyone worth and hey, you can pick up girls in clubs. There's some good girls in clubs, but you get these kids in this mindset of this millionaire lifestyle that most of these dudes women don't want trophy husbands, men don't want trophy wives. You want someone who's an equal, and you're not going to get that messing around and screwing up whatever. Just focus in your 20s. Jermaine Burton, focus in your 20s. You're going to be signing contracts. He could sign a contract like Jamar Chase. He doesn't have to be Jamar Chase to do that, because in 5-6 years, the cap and the average he could be a number 2 on a team and sign a Jamar Chase contract.
Yep, exactly.
It's worth it.
A couple guys asked here if Knight signed. No, our second round pick has not signed yet either. So they'll I guess Knight I'm not worried about. They'll get him signed. And I actually, speaking of Knight, I like what I've heard from other people saying about Demetrius Knight as a man, as everybody was on him he's older, he's 25, but somebody, I don't know who this was, I heard on the podcast, but somebody was saying it's kind of like getting a veteran free agent. He's coming in like a vet. He's coming in taking charge.
And 25 is not old.
No, 25 not for. If you're coming in at 22 or 21, yeah, but 25 is not old. Whatever. I'm really excited about him.
I'm telling you, I can give the Bengals a couple of snaps. I am 48.
Hey, we are about to find out how athletic you are here in about a month when we have the celebrity softball game. That
is not any type of a judgment on my athleticism. It's soft. I'm sorry. It is. I hit a softball?
I just want to make sure I don't tear my hamstring off the bone like Sean Casey did against in the play for the Bananas. That's what I don't want to do.
No, yeah. I'm not worried about that. I don't think I have any problems with that. I'm worried about something stupid like I go to dive to catch something, and again, I dive like Pete Rose and then just flop on the ground hard. But no, but we honestly, they used to do it, the celebrities versus athletes, whatever, the basketball. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm in. They do that, man. I'm gonna have to work out to dunk again. I haven't dunked in years, but I will be dunking Cap. Hell yeah, that'd be great.
Crip's got a comment here about your beard. Cap, there's a salt trick you can do to build up and be as long as you want. It just takes 30 minutes.
I don't think that's a beard comment.
He's totally talking about your beard. Yeah.
Oh man.
Wing here. Burton will be awesome. Jamar has really taken him under his wing. The two have been inseparable lately. Jamar is raising the standards. Burton better follow and get on the same page from what I have witnessed. Burton is doing well and listen.
Good.
That's awesome. That's exactly what we want to hear.
Gatto baby, good comment. Now I really want to highlight that too, because if I remember correctly, Gatto didn't like me for a little bit on X or something. And I get it. You know, X can be a little weird and whatever, but he's anytime he's in the show, he's always bringing fire comments. And exactly, like, remember, he's like, I hope people remember, only 2 second-round picks are signed.
Yeah, that's it.
So Gatto, I always appreciate you in here. I always appreciate the insight. You always make great comments.
Like you said,
if you hate me, I hope you still don't hate me. I'm weird, but I'm genuine, dude. I swear. I am not full of myself at all. I swear to God. People say that. I don't know where they get it, but anyway.
And like you brought up earlier, Mims didn't sign till the 26th last year.
July, so there's still hope. You know.
Yeah, there's lots of hope. There's lots of hope.
I love Esther talking about Burton being awesome.
Yeah,
that'd be so
awesome.
Great.
Let's get straight here. 21-year-old second rounder usually needs a few years to develop. A 25 rookie is a win now move. Yeah, exactly. Dude, if you listen
and a 48-year-old rookie, you're talking about Super Bowl. Yeah. That's what we're.
And a 50-year-old, you're talking about just leaving him on the bench and let him just get a ring and don't play. That's what I want.
Man, let me blow out my hammy. Let me blow out my hammy. Like just one play.
If I blow out my hammy, then I can't go to work. So
just one play. Damn.
I can't do that.
Who? Okay, I want to see in chat who would gladly break a leg, like seriously, not tear a hammy, break a leg just to carry the ball one time in a Bengals uniform and then have that uniform
right now,
to take home.
At 50, right now. If I do that at my age now. I don't know. It would be fun, but damn, that would hurt.
I'd do it. Man.
I don't know, man. Like
push. Guarantee me a couple yards.
Push. All right. Tush push. I'll do that. Yeah, I can do the tush push. Yeah, because I'm at the center. I'm just riding the center. I can do that. All right, Augie here. Let's see. Oh, let me get to chops here. First and second round picks are not guaranteed money, so they all want the guaranteed money now. True. Augie, is it just me or is it only a big deal when the Bengals pick out?
TJ Watt.
Yeah. He's not. He didn't show
Myles Garrett's like, trade me. I don't want to be on this team. Trade me.
That's true. I mean, because Watt didn't show. He didn't show up to minicamp. Why is not everybody talking about that? I mean, they talk about it a little bit, but nothing big. Like, I mean, today, every time, like they traded about. They're talking to Trey again. Headlines on ESPN, headlines on Fox. They're talking to Trey Hendrickson. Like, people love to get the Bengals crap. Augie says, no chance I'll break a leg for them to win a Super Bowl.
Oh, shoot.
Yes, I would do that. I would break a leg if they could win a Super Bowl. Yeah. He's out there less than touch the ball. Yeah. Now, yes.
You point me to the referee that's trying to hose him in the Super Bowl, and I will accidentally
take him out.
Yeah. I might not be paying attention to where I'm running.
Oh, my bad, ref. Be like in the longest yard when Adam Sandler just kept drilling him in the nuts with the football.
And now, again, disclaimer, they got to obviously be trying to screw us. It's got to be clear and obvious. Like to say that's a horrible thing for me to say. This terrible thing for me to say. But I'm telling you, if Ron Torbert's out there.
All right, stranger, breaking my leg on the second carry. I'm taking the first as close to the house as I can.
And fear is a motivator.
Yeah.
I don't care. Like,
I mean,
48-year-old me.
Oh shit. Ah, ah.
Man, 48-year-old me, I would be, you'd be surprised. I might be able to, I used to run, okay, no kidding. I used to run a 4.4. I would maybe dust that off if I was, terrified enough.
Paul Banner's almost 60.
Hey, there you go.
He wouldn't.
No.
No. Stranger's 54.
Okay, so the cutoff is anywhere between 50 and 60. It starts getting a little hazier, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but they're right though. Adrenaline is a crazy drug, dude. You get that, dude. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it.
Hell yeah! Oh my god!
Like All right. Let's see here. Mark here. With the money they save on Pratt, do we go after a guard or safety? Alluded to a possible move during a recent interview.
I think
safety
the right fit. Yeah.
I think if anything, it's safety is what I think. I think they like their guards. I do, but that's just my opinion.
Augie, you'll be 38 in 10 days. Yeah,
hey.
happy early birthday and 38. That was a good year.
Paul,
I remember 38.
You remember 30? I
sound so old. I remember 38.
Back in the day.
I didn't need readers back then.
Yeah, I know. I didn't need readers. 38. I didn't have a cell phone or an iPhone. Damn, Mark turned 52. You look good. Look at that picture. He looks good for 52.
Is that really his picture though? Like that looks like a movie star.
That's totally Mark. That's totally.
He wouldn't be the only one doing that. Like every profile pic I see, like y'all look damn good. Y'all are living right.
I just got my
Esther looks like she's like 26. Stranger, 6 foot, 122, fear being hit by an NFL star is just see, you gotta be wiry, shifty, yeah, just do a little shoulder fake and then get down. That's it. Piece of cake.
Augie says, Cap, you're not 38. Quit playing.
No, Augie, I said you being 38. I remember being 38. I'm 48. I'm old as shit.
Well, if you're old as shit, what's that make me? Older as shit? Older shit? Esther, shoot. Let's get Papa Jimmy Chase out there in the field.
Okay,
we are raising the
hear me out. Hear me out.
Hey, hold on. Papa Chase is probably in better shape than I am.
Hear me out.
He is.
Hear me out, Esther. I know it's hard. I mean, that'd be crazy to do something with Jamar. I get that. All this other stuff. Hear me out. A football event, charge whatever you need to, but whether it's running drills, getting coached by a little flag football with the player families, mom and pops, any mom and pops that want to come, like, run a couple of routes with Jimmy Chase. I would pay for that for charity. That would be cool as shit.
Oh yeah. Just that, I mean, I would love to just pick Jimmy Chase's brain, just talk to him, just I want to know, and I want to know the story behind the baby oil when he put the baby oil on Chase, so they couldn't catch him. I mean, I wouldn't even think about that. That's just ingenious. And the little kid's going, "Yeah, I'm slippery. You can't catch me." Like that's just good. Slow motion. What's up? We seriously need Miles Murray to step up this year. Wouldn't have drafted SF, and Miles would have showed some promise. Yep, that's true. I can't.
But honestly, I feel like you can't turn down the upside Jamar shows, and I think Miles will. I think Golden will play Miles the snaps that he deserves to play. So yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Man, I keep thinking about Augie on the mic.
I'm a guy to profile just to avoid confusion. I'm not the one who looks like the 20th all-time leading rusher. No, dude, I know this. I took this picture. Like, I know you're not Corey Dillon. I took that picture.
Mark, your AI, the AI pick was me at 38. Hey, there you go.
You look good. You look good.
I didn't have that hair at 38. It's been a while.
I still don't grow it.
I got some.
I still got hair. I just don't grow it. I'm always wearing a hat. Like it's funny when I actually don't wear a hat, people are like, I thought you were bald. Like, I'm not bald. I got hair.
I got hair.
You tried that bald thing one time, and how'd that work out?
Oh, it was cool as hell. I loved it because like you literally you just keep shaving it, like you didn't have to do anything. You didn't have to worry about hair.
Just
Now I will admit, because like I've got way too much money in my HSA, my health savings account and stuff. So I bought one of those red light therapy little hats.
Oh, did you?
Dude, I fucking think it's working. I just dropped that confidence. I think it's working. Like just the other day, she's like, "Is your hair getting thick?" I'm like, honestly, I didn't want to say anything, but I think it is. Like it's crazy, you know. Yeah, I'm gonna be like '90s boy band here in another 6 months.
That's just getting me shit here. Ice your tears from the crypt.
Oh,
what? I thought we were friends, Esther. What the hell?
Mark, tell me I look great. Mark, I appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you, Mark.
I need that. I have a 10-year younger hot wife, and I need to continue to stay in shape. Although I just started the craziest ass. I probably shouldn't be doing this workout, but it's kicking my ass for softball.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to make sure that I am in the best possible shape for softball because I do not want to look like an idiot. Slow motion. You guys, I think P. Ryan will make the roster. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think he's going to be to start the year. He's going to be your backup. Excuse me, backup running back. I think, man. Excuse me. I think by the end of the year he might be 3. But yeah, he's definitely making the. And it was so cool seeing him the other day. He walked out. I was like, P. Ryan, I said, "What's up, brother?" I said, "Glad to see you. I'm so glad you're back." He goes, "Me too, man. Glad to be back here."
He's got such a good ass beard, and his mom is so sweet. Like she's such a nice person.
See this little thing here? I gotta go trim this off. This is like bugging me. I got this little part just like sticking out of my beard. I don't know why it's doing that.
Do you put anything in it?
No.
You should. Damn it. What's the like the barber stuff?
The beard oil or whatever?
No. There like for that, I would recommend it's a blue cap.
Not Blue Chew. I don't need Blue Chew.
Hey, that stuff's fun though. I'll try anything. I'm not gonna talk about the timeline, but there has been a point in my life where I'm like,
serious. He's like, that sounds fun,
dude. Oh, trust me, dudes. I will be if anybody has a question about anything that I've ever done, like I will tell you because like. For example, there are some NFL. It's not Zach Taylor right off the bat. I am not talking about Zach Taylor, but there are NFL coaches that do Botox. They're I mean, like, hey, they got the money.
NFL owners that do it.
Oh yeah, fuck it, dude. Raiders, Al Davis. Yeah. Cool. Exactly. Like, bro is frozen. But I'm like, if you want to do a little couple of things to, turn back the clock a little bit, hell yeah. Like people get angry. And there's a section that of old dudes older than me that hate me. And they throw around like fake stuff, like, oh, the wife's fake tan and stuff like that. I'm like, who gives a shit? Like you want a spray tan, get a spray tan. Like, who cares? I am pasty ass white.
Oh, yeah.
Like there is not a large difference between the color of my skin and that white door behind me. I am scary white.
Scary white.
Man, look, I feel it. I've only been working out a little. Like it. Dang,
look at that.
I didn't even notice that. I am pasty ass white, and I've gotten a spray tan. I'm like, holy shit, this looks sweet. Like it felt cool. I'm like, all right, cool. People don't have to wear sunglasses around me. Cat's gonna start twerking on touchdowns and fourth. Man,
Brazilian hashtag Brazilian butt.
Okay, now I will say this because the wife doesn't care. Like I don't mind if the wife wants whatever surgery, whatever. But we are not all for. We're not really down with the Brazilian butt lift because you know what looks better. Thank you, stranger. Is squats. the squat butt, if you're actually doing the work to get the shelf the right way, looks great. Man, some of those, like some of these white girls, they're starting to look like minotaurs. Like they're like a horse. Like that part down looks like a horse ass because it's out sideways. Also, I'm like, people don't look like, and they got little skinny calves. Like that's not normal. Like we know the girls who are thick and they're proportionally thick. Like we appreciate that. But you can tell, like the Kardashians, some of those photos, it's just like all stuffed with stuff, and then skinny ass legs. Like that's not cool. But little Esser be in for organize a parent player field day at Paycor. Oh, the mom's tackling the son challenge. That would be hilarious. I mean, man, like, okay, so like if players could go, that'd be great, but I wouldn't even need to interact with players. That could be a short version of like Jimmy Chase guarding Jamar Chase.
Like, I might pay to see that.
Yeah.
Just watch those two talk shit to each other about it. Would be funny right there. That would be
funny. And the content. The content.
We got to live with Sports with Strawberry Ice.
Chris is like, really didn't count. White girl's about to take you down. Like, yeah, there are. Hey, you want to do it, you do it. But man, like the show, if you've ever watched Botched, where they fix the crazy ass plastics, I'm like, no.
I've heard of it, but no.
Now, Jess's guy, Dr. Bopna here in Columbus, does the Botox and stuff. He refuses to do anything crazy, and that's why I love him, because it's like basically you just want to look better. You just want to look a few years younger. You never want to roll it back to 20 because then you look like an animated corpse. Like it gets weird. He's smart. He knows that. He's like, no. Don't worry about those lines. Those aren't going to completely go away. You don't want them to go away because otherwise then you look like a mannequin. I'm like, thank you. I don't want to be.
Hey, that was a good movie back in the day.
Holy cow, yeah. I remember that movie.
Popped in my head. Mannequin. Yeah.
It's kind of sad at the end, though, wasn't it?
It is. I remember being a 12-year-old boy going, man, it's so cool. And a hot mannequin all of a sudden come to life. Like, yeah, I need that to happen. It never did.
But like you talk about hot reanimated stuff, like Weird Science.
God, I love
such
Weird
a crush
Science
on her.
Oh my goodness, yes, she was so hot.
She's in the doorway and the mist coming in. She got the cut off. I gotta quit. It's gonna get weird.
Yeah. That happens in an hour and 17 minutes.
Oh, Esther talking about fascinating. Botch is fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Chris never want the cat face or horse. Yeah, man. Some of the extreme cat faces. It's like, all right, fine. You all want to talk about surgery and stuff. Yeah, the people that do that, I can't imagine that they're happy. Beards are winning. Ladies love the beard. Hey, I agree. It's funny too because you get a certain type of woman that loves beards, and they're usually slightly aggressive. I have had my beard like grabbed in public. And not just like softly petted, like
I love you,
like molested. I've had my beard molested in public, and then Jess just laughs, and the girls laugh. It's a weird phenomenon, but yeah, there's a certain type of woman that loves beard.
Also, everybody's making fun of how old I am. Jeff's so old he remembers New Coke. Yeah, I remember New Coke. I hated it. God, it was awful. It was the dumbest thing ever.
Do you remember the clear Coke?
Oh, that was horrible.
I didn't think that was bad, if I remember correctly. It was completely clear, and it still tasted like Coke.
So when they came out with Coke Zero, I'm going, there is no way that this is going to taste awful. I freaking love Coke Zero. I'll drink the hell out of that. Coke Zero cherry is awesome.
Oh, shit. Slow motion. Oh, Mr. Jetty. Yes. We love you. Jungle Jam, I may not be able to make it, but I'm gonna try. Hey, you need to get to training camp.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been there. I'm trying to think. Frosty shows up at all the friends and family tent. And Rashad, I've talked to you on Instagram, I think before too, but like if you ever need good seats for a game, I know the Bengals offer y'all stuff, but like my seats are second row, third row from the field. Like just reach out to me. Any of the socials, be glad to hook you up. Appreciate you, man.
Yes, Mark, I am too. Hearing good things about
Yes.
Brooks and minicamp. Yeah, I think Skinny was talking about on his podcast that a cut that he made. I want to get Skinny on here hopefully this week and he can talk about it. A cut that he made in practice that was next level. I want Skinny to come on here and talk about sometimes. Stranger here.
Man.
Too much plastic surgery gives you Edger.
Yeah.
And blackface.
Like he's wearing an Egger suit.
Caitlin Jarrett looked better as a man.
Oh.
We've been on for an hour and 20 minutes going downhill.
Yes.
What happens? Let's see here. Slow motion.
Yep, that's right. A couple years, I'm like, all right, good. Well, so I'll at least see you.
Have I met him? I don't know if I've met him. I'm terrible with names. I'll recognize people's faces, but I'm absolutely horrible with names.
No.
Yes, Crip, I cannot wait. Happy Gilmore 2, baby.
That'll be fun. So Ice, go look up like the timeline because it's funny. Like we're getting to that age where some of the players' eras kind of overlap.
Yeah.
But man, he balled out for us. Those are some good times. He's got some great film. And
that's changing the next football player.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know who that is. Oh, okay. Oh, I know who that is now. All right.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. I didn't know you were talking about. Okay. My apologies. I know exactly who you are.
Yep.
I got you.
Exactly.
Cool.
So yeah. Definitely want to try to get out to Levy, but hopefully run into him again at the tent.
I did not see it.
Another note, anyone see our friend Harrison attempt a kick?
What was it?
No.
Was it good as caps?
Did he so he must have videoed it. I got to go find it.
I had to find that.
Yeah, I almost kicked again.
There? Were you down there?
Yeah.
Was it last? It was last week that was when I was supposed to get my tickets. It was the day I was sick, and by the time I woke up to try to get online to get tickets, they were already gone. I'm like,
you should have said something. I had 2 extra that I didn't even use.
Oh shit! I didn't.
You know. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You always throw me a question.
I've been a season ticket holder for 5 years. I've never been to that event. I never get tickets.
Well, and this was the first time that they let us in the new locker room.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be even cooler.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was they had it roped off pretty well, so you couldn't really move as far. Oh, he posted a video. Okay.
I have to check it out.
I'm seeing the crying laughing emoji, so it might make me feel good about my kick, it sounds like. I did. I got some really good pointers from Shane Graham after he was finished laughing. He actually gave he didn't comprehend. He's like, why was it so bad? I'm like, mother, like, why are you got to lead in with that question? Like, why was it so bad? What do you mean? Why was it so bad?
I'm just glad mine last year wasn't on video because I always killed 2 people. Oh, the heads up!
Well, I told him. I said, like in my head, I'm you got a certain martial arts kick. Karate kick, kung fu kick. They're different types of kicks, but they're different types. They're different than football. And I try to go full on like soccer style, full on instep. And I've never played soccer, which is like when you think back, like why would I do that? Why would I? Oh yeah, I'm gonna, soccer style. And I've never played soccer a day in my life, so that was stupid. And it would have been a great onside kick because that's all it hit was ground the whole way. It was low line drive. It would have been a great onside kick, and that's basically what I did. I wasn't even thinking, and they're like, no, you gotta kick, and like Shane Graham pops up and he gets out of the booth and like we stand up and he kicks over my head. He literally kicked over my head just to show off. I'm like, I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, bro, you got to warn me first. But he cleared it. I'm 6'3". He cleared me. Like, damn, dude.
It's just the flexibility.
He still got it.
Tony Blaine
Yeah,
said,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to out everybody, but he missed that Donato's kick on purpose.
Tony said, I went Saturday. The locker room looked amazing.
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know this one. He said, anybody try the new Sprite?
I want to try that.
I didn't know they even had it. So
yeah, so it's Sprite with iced tea. It's like an Arnold Palmer, but it's not because it's iced tea or it's Sprite. But I'm thinking a little vodka in that. Ooh. Soccer player kicking the side of foot takes break. Yeah, obviously. Thanks. I wish you'd have been there. You could have warned me. Coach Jay got my shit on video. I would like to delete the tape. Gonna miss Mike Hilton. Yes.
Yeah.
Even if we fill in that role perfectly, we're gonna miss him.
Still gonna miss him. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. All right, man. We've been on for almost an hour and a half. Well, I've been on almost for an hour and a half. You came on a little later.
Thanks for carrying all alone.
Yeah, well,
all by myself.
I could be like the Green Day. I was all by myself. No one was looking. I was thinking of you. If you don't know that song, go check out Green Day, their first album, their big album, CD, whatever. Anyway, Cat, it's been awesome, dude. I'm glad you had fun. Glad you finally got the link.
Hell yeah! Thanks to Chad. Once again, best chat ever. Y'all are great.
Let's say Marcus,
Augie, Esther, Gatto, baby, great dude. Sorry, he thought I was weird at one point, and I may have blocked him. I think I unblocked him. Like he seems like a great dude. Of course, yeah. Chops in here. Yeah, Augie, Brad, very interesting show. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll talk about my Blue Chew experience on another day. I didn't finish that story, but that's an entertaining story.
No, you can finish it right now. We can stay on and hear this. I'm curious. I'm curious myself.
All this, okay. This is to the old guys, and I mean old by 30 and above. Like, okay, there was a time where, your convertible hit top speed the fastest possible, like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. And then the tires got a little worn. The oil probably needs changed. It's still a convertible. It's still flying down the road. Nothing's wrong with it. Everybody still loves it. It turns everybody's heads, but it's not what?
Nothing.
Okay. I was like, tell me Trey sign. Tell me Trey sign.
It's something I'm dying to tell everybody, but I'm not allowed to tell everybody yet. So
okay.
It's so
you know what? That's what one of the pill. Whether it's the Cialis or the Viagra or the whatever. Yeah, the 50s are the new for real. Seriously, every decade gets better.
Hell yeah!
All the young ones. Trust me, you don't believe it? It's true.
Day drinking is way better than night drinking.
Yeah, true. But I'm telling you, like there's a pill to basically restore your 20s. It's absolutely crazy. And it's like, okay, great. I'm happy. Everything's cool. Everything's working. Everything's driving. You can do everything you need to do. That's fantastic. But what if you could bring back your 20s? Like, all right. I'm like, I hear everybody. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna give this a shot. And like now what was it? I tried Cialis, and the unfortunate part was like, it ain't the years, it's a mile. Yeah. The unfortunate part that I learned about Cialis was like it stays in your system for a while, and like the wind would blow. I took a shower. Somebody would bump into me accidentally. Like, I'm like, okay, this is a little too much, because I remember those days. We remember those days in junior high.
Yes, I do. Yeah,
you're sitting at the desk, and suddenly you're like, oh. cross my leg. I'm like, all right, the bell rang. I got to stand up and somehow quickly adjust without anyone noticing, all in one motion.
That's why I like to have long shirts.
I had the low social studies book to high chest carry down to a science.
Like this. Carry it down low.
I just that was my the book across, bloop, and then all right, I'm good to go. You had to. Because
backpack back,
man, in junior high, that was traumatizing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm sitting beside the hottest girl in school. She can't see me. Like, I'm like, all right, that's a little too much. Maybe I needed a lower dose. But yeah, everything still works for 24. Hey, and stranger, I'm proud of you. Everything still works for me. To like. I'm not gonna brag, but I'm good. I'm better than good. But I am not ashamed to say that there was a peak in the 20s. Like I could have been the next Ron Jeremy. I don't know. I don't know.
So Blue Chew, you recommend Blue Chew over Cialis? Is that what you're saying?
I don't honestly. Well, okay. So Cialis is the name brand, and Blue Chew sells a generic. I don't recommend any of them unless you get a promo and you just want to try.
Blue Chew, don't you chew it? I think that's
you do. You chew it. It's kind of tasty.
It's like instantaneous. I heard. I have no idea, but
what
I've been told.
Like, they tell me that there's a promo like $25 off for a 4-pack, and it's basically free after the promo. But here's the thing: if you go to your doctor, I think they want like $60 for a 30-day supply or whatever. It's like 10. It's like $10 if you go to your doctor. So these little companies, I'm glad they have, because sometimes people don't want to go to a doctor. Now, it worried me.
I tell my doctor anything because you can't tell anybody. What the hell's the difference?
My doctor is a nurse practitioner, a brunette woman.
You don't really want to tell her you need Blue Chew.
So here's the thing, you know me, I would.
You would, yes. I don't.
I would probably like. I'm going to tell you, sit down, doc. I'm going to tell you something. I want to try Cialis. Everything's still cool. I just want it to be just a little bit cooler. That's all. Give me the script. That's it. And then what she's going to do is she's going to check my blood pressure to make sure I'm good for it. And I'm like, yeah, blood pressure is fine. I'm knock on wood. I don't take blood pressure meds. I don't need any of that.
I take blood pressure meds because mine's a little high, but it's not like high. Like, I should take it. I don't do it consistently, so I don't know.
If really
helps,
I tell you, from living with a nurse practitioner, if you're on blood pressure medication, you have to take it all the time.
Oh yeah,
because the on and off shit makes it feel worse. Like you feel worse. But if you get in the regimen, although
when I first started taking it, I was doing it all the time. Then I just fucking forget because for me, working in the middle of the night, sometimes I wake up and I'm just grabbing shit and running out the door so I can get to work on time and I forget. So,
see, yeah, I've got my routine. I make like a protein shake for lunch after I work out. I got a protein shake and there's all kinds of weird shit in there and it looks gross, but it tastes good. And then I take all my vitamins and I shit you not, I've got like 20 vitamins that I take. And 2 of them are for blood pressure. And thus far, has kept everything in check to the point where the nurse practitioner actually asked me, it's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, frozen pizza and whiskey. She's like, seriously? I'm like, I have increased my consumption of frozen pizza and whiskey, but I also exercise and take this. And she's like, all right. So it's not the frozen pizza and whiskey. Don't tell anybody that. Stop saying it. And I'm like, all right. So she's really cool. So
I have to check this out. Mark here says, I'll take a Blue Chew. Take your
Undertaker. Yeah.
Also on his podcast.
I honestly believe
Blue Chew, if you want to sponsor my podcast, I'll tell everybody.
I don't have a code. I don't have a code. I do not have a code. I'm not going to give out a code, but I honestly think any dude 40s and up should give it a shot one time because I get it. I know, dudes. I have no ego. Which is funny to me. The amount of people that don't know me but know people who hate me, so they hate me too. They're like, "Oh,
Cap, you've got the biggest ego of anybody I've ever met in my entire life. What are you talking about?" That is totally joking. I'm totally kidding. You do not.
I'm like making.
You're like,
so I'm like,
adult.
So I'm like, it's funny. They'll say, I'm like, no. Hey, I'll try to better myself. I'll try it. I don't care. Some people are really weird. Like they don't want to take it. Don't pay all that money, Cap. Chop set you straight, cheap. Oh, did Chop say something? Now I got to ask Chop about what.
I think Chop had to go to work.
Yeah. But no. Give it a shot. Like there's nothing to be ashamed of. It's like you might find out that there were things that weren't 100% that you didn't know were 100%. It weren't 100%. Like, and hey, 90 is great, but sometimes 100's better. Like, hey, I'm just saying. Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. New promotion for CD back in Blue Chew.
CD was, I don't need no damn Blue Chew.
Okay. We need to table that convo later to bring up what he thinks. Mark, Cap, you're awesome. Ice the best is awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm terrified of how some of these clips are going to be used against me in the future. But hey,
let me see what I can do with them.
if I got to summarize this, like, guys and gals, do whatever makes you happy. If you think a Blue Chew or Botox or whatever, a spray tan is going to make you feel better about yourself, go do it. Absolutely go do it. Spend that money, take care of yourself, treat yourself. Try it once. You might hate it. Good. You've saved the money. You never have to do it again. You might love it.
It might not go back down.
Hey, longer than 4. I always see that warning, like
longer 4 hours because you're not
longer than 4 hours.
I'm calling my wife. Come here.
Yeah, exactly. I'm calling off work the next day. We're throwing a fucking party. I'm turning on the disco lights. We are going to break out the video camera. It's going to be on. Like, if you bet longer than 4 hours, we're celebrating. This is going to be a etched in stone event that people are never going to forget. I'm going to tell the world. I'm going to be on the show. Like, hey, guess what?
4 hours.
Oh, well, what do you mean call the doctor? He's gonna reverse that? Get away from me, Doc. Get away from me. This is a good thing. You're trying to ruin my fun.
I'll take care of myself.
All right, Mark. Thanks for hanging out. We're being crazy. Appreciate you.
See ya. All right, on that note, I think we will end this hour.
Yeah. It's only going to get worse. I need help. I better go.
Cap, I appreciate you, brother. I'll see you next Monday, dude.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Hey, go try some. You never know. It might change your life. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I have a live show on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch. Follow me on all those, along with Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. I got 179 people watching right now. That is awesome. It says I only have 3 likes. Can you hit the likes? I'd appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Share the show out. Tell your friends about Sports Strawberry Ice. If you want to re-listen to this, it'll be on the podcast later on tonight. To be on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitch and Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review, leave a comment, and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. Because I think I get like a total like 3 listens on my podcast. I get more on here. But if you guys want to check it out, I would appreciate it. Mark, I talked to Jeremy. I have not talked to Jeremy in a little while. That's my dude. But yeah, I got to reach out to him and see how life has been with Jeremy D. I have not talked to him in a little while. Podcast. Let me do a shout out to my sponsors. They are as follow: Priority Lawn and Landscaping. If you guys got lawns you don't want to cut, if you have landscaping you don't want to do, or you just got a lawn or landscaping idea that you got an idea and you just can't figure out how you want to do it, or look for great ideas or anything like that, anything lawn and landscaping, Fake Priority Lawn and Landscape. Actually, don't think it. Call them at 513-430-6114. That's 513-430-6114. You can also follow them on Facebook. And I always say follow on Facebook because you can see the work they do. And when you message them on Facebook or you call Johnny, tell me you heard about them from Sports with Strawberry Ice. All shows brought to you by T Properties. Quality housing for quality people. Check out the website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. Also, shout out to Meyer Windows, Doors, and more. Their website is MeyerCincinnati.com. Check them out for all your window and door needs. I got them in my house. I highly recommend you get them yours. They're energy efficient, easy to clean, great looking windows. Again, that's Meyer Door and Windows and more. And of course, my favorite brewery, Moorland Lager House. There's a chance that we might be there for Bengals games. We're got some stuff maybe we're working on that I'll be down there. Like we were down there last year. But between now and then, go down there on Thursday nights. They got the Rockin' on the Roebling. They got different bands out there. I was out there this past Thursday. It was awesome. And get yourself some delicious Moorland food, some delicious Moorland beer. It's just a great place to go sit outside and listen to some music right along the river. Again, it's Moorland Lager House. All right, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. I got WWE superstar Angelo Dawkins on the show. He can give his thoughts about Trey Hendrickson, Shamar Stewart, the Bengals, what tag team he's going to go dominate next. I want to ask you about the TLC match, about tackling the guy, spearing the guy off the suspended in the air. He was hanging from, it was a TLC match, and the belt was hanging up in the sky, and the guy was hanging on it, and Doc speared him off the ladder. It was crazy and awesome. I want to talk to him about that. No, Cap, I don't remember wooden pennies. I'm not that freaking old. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, hit the thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Who Dey for life. All right, throw it up. That's just sports, baby. See ya!
Weekday nights, the city roars. Tune in loud, turn up some more. Cincinnati show, it's time to play. Sports with Strawberry Ice today. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry Icy's on the mic, energy, it's good lights. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry Ice will lead the throng. Every touchdown, every goal. Feel the pulse, it's in your soul. Cincinnati heartbeats strong. Strawberry Ice will lead the throng. Feel the crowd, it's electric now. Shouting loud, they all know how. CTV got what we crave. Sports with ice, it's waves and waves. Tigers strike and Bengals roar. Every game we want some more. Tune it in and feel the thrill. Strawberry Ice, he's giving chills. 5:30 sharp, don't be late. CTV, the sports awaits. Strawberry Ice, he's on the mic, energy, it's good light.